This guy's fighting. He must have hit this on the fall. I just lifted up and he had it. I let him fight a little bit using light line. It's a nice spotted bass. Giving me a good fight this morning. Oh yeah, that's a really nice spotted bass right here. Doggone, that's better than average right here. I'm gonna have to reach down there and get him. He's a feisty one. Come here, buddy. Oh yeah. That's a little better than average out here. It's Dalton, everybody. I come on out to put a fishing report together for you guys, and caught me a really nice one right here, right off that point over there. And he'll go probably a good 1.5 pounds, 1.75 pounds. That's a beautiful fish right there. I haven't fished a Ned rig in quite a while, so I pour these little Ned rig baits. He tore this one up. I pour these little Ned rig baits. I poured this one in baby bass, and using a little heavier head so I can get it out there deeper. That's what it looks like there. And hopefully I can catch a few more. But I am going to get you guys kind of caught up a little bit. I haven't been out here in over 2 weeks. I got sick. I did not have COVID. I tested for it. But I had a gnarly head and chest cold. Had me down for a couple of weeks. Only did what I absolutely had to do. Rested the entire time, but I feel good now. Back out here fishing. It's going to be a hot day. Hopefully I can get me a few Ned rig fish today. Like I say, I haven't fished Ned rig much this year, so it's kind of fun. Now I have found a few fish running around back in this little cove, just right off the main lake. Not even all that far from the launch ramp. And what I'm doing is I'm just kind of hopping this little Ned rig on the bottom, and I just kind of hop it up and let it set back down, using a little bit heavier weight. This is a 1/6 ounce, and like I say, just using one that I pour, and works out pretty good. Well, as you can see, the fish are definitely biting. Here's another nice spotted bass. This one here I got on a drop shot. Come here, buddy. One over here. Oh, he got off. That's okay. Got him on this drop shot right here. Just the same thing I've used out here pretty much throughout the summer. It's been that little Zoom Tiny Fluke. It's really got the job done for me. I got a little careless with that one. I probably could have just boat flipped him, but that's all right. It was fun to get him hooked. All right, so let me kind of get you up to speed on what's going on as I see it right now. Again, I was sick for a couple of weeks, and there's been a few little changes. For example, these Rocky Bluff walls was where I was really catching them before I got sick, and today it wasn't as good. What I found to be good was steep dirt, muddy banks, just muddy bottom. They seem to be chasing a lot of bait around there, and it was anywhere from up by the bank line, say out about 5 to 8 feet, out to around 20 feet. So had some good bites this morning. Most of my bite was a morning bite. I got out here around 7:30. About the first hour and a half or so, I got quite a few bites and caught some fish. After that, as it started warming up, I started getting less and less bites. Pretty calm today. no wind to speak of, and so that may have something to do with it. But fish are kind of all over the place right now, and I had to move around a lot to find them. I also drove around the lake a lot because the lake is down to 76% as of today. If you know anything about the lake, you go over to Las Tablas. As you go in on the right side, there's I always call it Flag Rock. When that thing's showing, they put an American flag up there. Well, what's interesting is Flag Rock is sticking up about that much right now. They've got some buoys around it so nobody hits it, but they are lowering the lake. And like I say, 76% right now. Water temperatures out here are hovering around 80 degrees. Water clarity is good. As far as the bites I got today, it was the Ned rig. The Ned rig did the best for me. I just made a little baby bass Ned bait, and this is a 1/6 ounce jig head, so I could get it out there a little bit deeper. Threw it on 6-pound test line. Fished it two ways. I either slowly drug it on the bottom while I was shaking my rod tip, or I would just simply pop it off the bottom and let it sink back to the bottom, and that's how I was getting bit on this. The old faithful drop shot worked again today. This is a bait right here that has been good for me out here this summer. It's the Zoom Tiny Fluke. This is just the pearl color, but I also get it in baby bass. That works good. Again, 6-pound test. This one here is on a 3/16 ounce weight. I didn't get to test my own bait as much today because I thought maybe if I had some wind, I'd go ahead and bump up to a 3/8 ounce weight and throw a little bit bigger drop shot bait. This is a pearl color with some blue and silver that I poured recently. 3.5 inch flat side worm, but I didn't get to use this much. The other thing you might want to consider, and I didn't throw it much today, is a small finesse jig. Now I've been making my own jigs. This is a little 1/4 ounce. Are those jets coming back? This is a little 1/4 ounce weight. I like brown and orange out here, and I've got a green pumpkin, little Rage Menace. I color the tails chartreuse, just give it a little bit extra color. I do like the lighter one when there's no wind, and I'm out here, you know, in these rocky areas trying to, you know, pick them off the rocks. I didn't do a whole lot of that today, but if I come back out here later on this week, which I'm thinking about doing, I may go ahead and do that. Another thing I'm thinking about doing, I spend a lot of time on the main lake. I catch a lot of fish on the main lake here, but one thing I haven't done is gone way back into some of these coves to see what's going on back there, and I think I'm just going to have to give that a try. Like I said, I did drive around a lot today, graphed, looking at, you know, the lake, because it is lower than when I was out here a couple of weeks ago, which is kind of funny. It's really low compared to a couple of weeks ago. Again, it's at 76%. We got a lot of water out here. I personally feel, this is just my opinion, but I feel like this lake fishes really well at around 60%. So it just opens up a lot of opportunities, a lot of places to fish that right now are really pretty deep in the water. So that's kind of the report. I got some bites. Everything was finesse. Threw a jerk bait, nothing. I threw a topwater, nothing. The white bass, they're acting funny this year. And it has to be because the lake's up, because when the lake was lower, I was getting these, on the main lake, I was getting these sustained boils where they would just be there. Sometimes they'd be there 2, 3, or 4 hours in the same spot, and you could just slay them. You catch 100 of them if you want to. I saw 2 or 3 boils today. They looked great. By the time I got to it, again, they were gone. So as far as white bass, I think you're better off right now trolling. That's what a lot of guys do out here. They troll, get you something that's going to get down in that depth a little bit, and just troll around, and that's probably going to be the best way, unless they're boiling up somewhere else that I haven't fished, which is very possible. But on the main lake, I have not seen those sustained boils. So it's good to feel better. It's good to be back out on the water. I don't know if I'm coming out here in 3 or 4 days again, or if I'm going to go over to Margarita. It's going to be one or the other. But I appreciate you all. Thanks for tuning in, and I'll talk to you next time.